Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm coming to you today with a build-a-squad for Chewbacca from the new Heroes of the Resistance, and I'm using Void State's squad builder, and I'll put a link to this in the description below. There's several good squad builders out there, but today I'm using Void State's, and I just like the look of it. I had to update my collection in here, and it's a pretty good way to keep track of everything you have. And I'm going to pull out Chewbacca Heroes of the Resistance. So Chewbacca's ability is that when another friendly ship at range 1 to 3 is destroyed, but not fled the battlefield, you may perform an attack. So here's a great way to be able to attack multiple times in a single round, and that's kind of the thing I'm going for, right? So the first thought I had is, well, how can we really maximize this? Well, by having a lot of ships, because every ship is a potential extra shot. So just load it up with bandit squadrons, and, we can we can get 4 of those right there and then have some points left over for upgrades. So that's kind of my starting point, is that I'm going to have some Z95s to help Chewbacca out and have a little swarm. And there's a couple of different ways that I could do this, but that's kind of the way I'm going to start out. And so I was looking at what are things that are going to help Chewbacca if he can attack multiple times each round. So I want things that are going to basically work on every attack. So at first I was thinking, well, maybe somebody gets blown up and I throw a gunner on him, or let's say Luke Skywalker, for example. All right, and that's great. But the problem is, if that happens, then I have this weakness where I cannot attack. I cannot perform another attack this round. So that would only be good if a single Z95 died, and then I attacked and missed, and then I got to attack again with Luke, and then no more Z95s died. The problem is that if this happens, then all the rest of the Z95s that happen to may die that turn, I won't be able to attack with, and that's generally not going to synergize with what I have going on. So I started looking at some other things that would work better with Chewbacca. One thing, actually, let me look at EPTs first. I was thinking Predator was the first, is kind of like a go-to for me. So Predator would allow me to re-roll a die every time I'm attacking, or potentially up to 2 dice. And that's pretty good because I'll be able to use that multiple times, and that's great. But I thought, well, maybe there's a way I can get something a little bit more than that. So what I decided was instead switching it over to Rage. And Rage is going to be risky, but I think, I'm going for like high payoff and high risk. So Rage will allow me to, every time I attack, to reroll up to 3 dice, so I can reroll all of my dice. I'll also get a focus token when I trigger Rage, so that's very good. It does give me 2 stress tokens, however. So to deal with that, for one of my crew, I will put Inspiring Recruit on, and now, and this will work once per round, when a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 removes a stress token, it may remove an additional stress token. So this is mostly going to be just for me, probably won't be for anyone else. But it's, the good thing here is that if I go up against a stress bot build, I don't have to Rage. I could just take a normal focus and then be able to get rid of extra stress tokens. So that's good. Another option would be to add Chopper. And then I wouldn't need Inspiring Recruit. I could just say Chopper. I'll just deal with the extra damage and then Rage all I want. Still take actions to Rage. So that's also another option. But instead of Chopper, because I'm not always going to be going up against a stress build, I would instead go with, let's find Ezra. I think I want to go with Ezra Bridger, because Ezra says that when I'm attacking, if I'm stressed, I may change one of my eyeballs to a crit result. So now I don't even necessarily have to, spend that first focus on my first attack, because I'm going to be stressed. I can save the focus for the second or third, or a time when I roll 3 eyeballs, or maybe even for defense, although probably not. I'll probably use it for offense, but there we go. So now I've got a nice combo where I can make sure I get rerolls, and I can handle rerolls, so I can handle blanks, and I can handle eyeballs every turn, even if I'm attacking multiple times. So the problem I'm going to run into is, what if they just ignore the bandit squadrons and go for Chewbacca first? Well, I want those bandit squadrons to be able to attack, so I could give them all missiles. I'd have to drop 1, but I could upgrade them a little bit with some missiles, or I could And that's not necessarily a bad way to go, but I just don't like missiles on low pilot skill, guys. But that's definitely an option, is to upgrade them with, let's say, cluster missile. That's a decent one, right? Cluster missile. Let's give each of them. Let's get rid of these other two and then just duplicate. Boom and boom. It puts me at 95 points, so then I can add some other things if I wanted to. Maybe give one a stealth device or a hull upgrade, or I could give the Millennium Falcon title over here so Chewie could take an evade if he needed to. But no, I don't think he would do that. Let's not do that. That's not good. All right, let's get rid of them. I don't want the cluster missiles though, because what I want to do is I'm going to keep 3 that are just naked, and I'm going to add a TIE fighter. It's going to actually even be more likely to die. And I think I'm going to add, let's see, wait, wrong one. Let's go for that TIE fighter. Where's there? Sabine's TIE fighter. And we can add any one of these, but I like Rex. Rex is a good way to kind of force people to shoot and kill a ship, right? And we'll also go ahead and give it Sabine's masterpiece. And I'm not going to make it a captured tag, because I do want people to shoot at it, but I will give it feedback array. Now the feedback array will allow me to potentially damage myself. So if I'm at the point where I have 2 damage on me and I want to trigger Chewbacca, now I have an extra way where I can potentially force it. And and also the feedback array is kind of a cool little option to have. I don't have to use it, but I could. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships on the board, which is pretty nice. A nice little swarm of squishy ships. I keep them all close together. Chewbacca gets to attack potentially 2, 3, 4, 5 times in one turn, maybe. So that could be something. Could be really, really nice. Well, let me know what you think, guys. This is, I named this one Newy Chewie, because he's the new Chewbacca, and New Chewie didn't sound cool, so I went with Newy Chewie. But let me know what you think, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Like this video if you liked it, and leave me a comment and tell me what you would do to make the new Chewbacca work out a little bit better. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.